Finger Guns Comedy.
All right, welcome back to Finger Guns Comedy. This is just Finger Guns Comedy where we do comedy and stuff. Yeah. Hey, at least I'm not saying fingies anymore, right? That's the better thing, right? Right, Danny?
What?
I'm not saying fingies anymore. I
What's
know how
wrong
much
with
you hated
fingies?
it. I don't know.
What was wrong with it?
What
do you mean? Did you
didn't hate
sign
it?
episodes
If you hear
off?
that voice, that is Danny Carpenter. part of the
Hey,
Finger Guns
what's
crew.
going on, people? Danny Carpenter here, representing Finger Guns Comedy.
And then we got Edward Rosales.
Yeah, that's me. I'm here, live in the flesh.
Live in the flesh. And then we have Danny's wife / honorary member of Finger Guns.
I'm in the family.
Yeah,
right?
you're in the family.
Married into it.
Yeah, married in. Elise Scarlott.
Hello, everybody.
Is it Scarlett or Scarlet? Which one do you prefer? Which one's more fancy?
I used to say Scarlett as like a person who would audition for things, but then I remember I was like at a singing show and I said my name. I like introduced myself and I was like, and I'll be singing. And then my dad was like, your name's Scarlett. Why'd you say Scarlet? And I was like, you're not in charge of me. I'm allowed to.
But then you changed yourself because of something your dad said. So.
Yeah, now I'm totally different.
Nice.
I hate that guy.
Fuck that guy.
Whoa,
I'm kidding. Dad, I love you.
Shout out to
But
Mr. Scarlett.
Let's say I'm Scarlet. He can be Scarlett.
Nice. Okay.
I need some separation. Yeah.
That's
My own person.
Yeah. Well, and we are honored by a very special guest here today.
Oh, am I special?
You're a special guest.
That's so sweet. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Who
no
are you
worries,
married
man.
to in this room?
Yeah.
Myself.
Oh, cool,
Cute.
man.
Yeah. I'm one of those self-married.
Self-married people. How'd the paperwork go for that?
Honestly, very easy. I knew all the answers.
There's a test.
Yeah.
Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
That voice you hear is Jason King.
Hi. Hello.
What's up, man?
Hi. How are you?
I'm good, man. Why don't you scoot in a little bit so you can get on the
Please.
camera a little bit.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah. Get on this. Let everybody see your beautiful
Am
face.
I in at all?
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Looking good.
Good.
Looking good.
Looking good.
Oh, good. Yeah.
You have a show, right?
I do have a show. I have a few shows. I have a lot of things. I have
Okay.
a late night show that I'd love you all to come and be on called Jason is Up Late.
Nice.
We get hammered and have a late night show, and we have an audience, and it's all out of my loft in downtown LA.
Did you say loft?
I said loft.
Did you say loft?
I said loft. It's got a beautiful view. It costs a lot of money, and it's basically the world's most expensive open mic. So,
That sounds awesome.
does it?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
good. I thought it sounded like I was bleeding money and needed people to come to the show.
Are you charging
Both
people?
things
or-
Not
would
at
be
all.
true.
So it's
Just
free?
come to the
Oh,
show.
I gotta talk to your businessman, dude.
Oh, wow.
That's,
Yeah, well, we'll have to talk after the show.
So wait, when you say open mic, are you inviting people to like perform and
Yeah,
stuff?
so here's a really cool part of the show is since we do live stream, we have like commercial breaks that we have for sketches and stuff, and in that time we need some fillers. So we have a rolling bucket during the show.
Oh,
if
nice.
you come and want to do comedy.
So you
'cause we're
get
dickheads.
like a built-in audience that are just kind of waiting for their
Yeah,
turn
a bunch
to go
of
up.
sappy, shitty people are going to come and drink my booze. I would rather real people who want to be there come and enjoy
Right.
themselves.
Yeah.
But what are you going to do?
So it's like a clubhouse show, kind of.
It's better than a clubhouse
Because it's in a
show.
loft.
That's
It is.
right. The rent's exponentially higher. Exponentially?
Exponentially.
Thank you.
Impotentially.
Impotentially.
Yeah. That sounds really, really cool.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I will definitely give you all details, and I'll put it in the show notes later when I'm working for you guys.
We
I
do
just
need
have-
an editor.
I just have to
know.
Google really quick whatever Adam
You
just
need to
said.
Goog?
I need to Goog that what you just said is a word.
Yeah, please do. We'll check in with the Google report with Danny
Oh,
there.
I
in a
appreciate
mo- in a
that. I
moment.
hope it's my word or whose
It's
word?
my word. It's
oh,
my
good,
word.
good,
yeah.
good.
I said impotentially.
Impotentially, that sounds like a
So
real
it could
word.
be a word. That's
sounds
why
like-
he's questioning
it
himself.
I'd
sounds
go
like-
with yeah. But I don't
Ooh,
know.
okay.
This
We got
one
two
has
on
to
yeah.
double check.
he gets a hard shake.
What's
What do we got
You
here?
guys can continue with the episode.
Yeah, please. No, I want to. Let's make this like kind of last as long
You
as
got it.
possible.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's just
We've got
his
some
face.
frowns.
His face does not look
It's not
happy.
a word.
Fucking dumb. I appreciate that. Thank you for keeping me honest.
Literally going to think about everything I say now.
No, you're fine. You're fine. I only fact check Adam
Yes.
because he needs to be held to a high standard.
I do.
I'm actually
Yeah.
on board with that. Never mind.
Yeah, yeah,
Flippity
yeah.
do. Scroopy loops.
Go nuts. Go nuts. Say whatever you want.
Scroopy loops, one of my favorite entrances into the dictionary. So you do we met on the behind the camera.
Yeah, we met on Twitch Makes a Movie, which was Buddy Hutton and JMS. They did a live thing, and you were doing a lot of BTS, and I was like editing for it and trying to be on it and all that stuff.
Right, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I do stand up, and then I did improv before that for a long time, and I do sketch. I got a new sketch coming out. Might as well plug it.
It's coming out
It's
soon.
a Christmas sketch. Comes out tomorrow.
Hell yeah.
And
this will not be out tomorrow.
Not at all. Who cares? But in the future, someone will be like, "Wow, fuck that guy. I want to go see that lame thing for 3 seconds. Just watch it for 3 seconds. That's what it counts as a view."
Yep.
What was I saying? Oh, so yeah, we met through that. You kind of dropped off the face of the earth as people do, then you're like, "Hey man, you should come do my show." And I was like, "Oh my god, of course!" I watched a few episodes. I'm very into it.
Thanks, man. Yeah.
And so now I host the live late night show. I'm trying to do an animated show called Big Dick News, and
tell us more about that.
Trust me, it's just a lot of hot takes with a lot of dicks. So.
I love it.
It's an Instagram show of Vertical.
You will hear from my lawyer.
Boy.
If it infringes on any hot take stuff on.
No. I promise you it won't.
Really quick, did you see there was a hot take show
at UCB? Yeah, I've actually was thinking about inviting those guys on.
Okay,
because it's the same premise as this.
Is that your hot take? That your hot take is better?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, our show is
invite them on and fight them on air.
Hot
to
take
just beat the shit.
Just call them out.
Just them beating me up.
Hot take tea time.
That's it. Hot take tea time.
Well, it was legitimately
where you talk shit on other hot takers.
Hot take tea time. I was gonna invite them on and just kind of like really just rail them. Just like my hot take was that there was. I know one of them. Yeah, hot. Just rail them. I know one of them kind of. I like kind of interacted with them a little bit when I was working over at UCB. But shout out to, if you're listening. I think his last name's Scott. I think it's Scott Paulson. I think his name is. Fuck. Yeah. Ryan Paulson?
Fuck yeah, big time him right now. You're like, what's his name again? I don't even fucking know. Fuck yeah, go off.
And then he knew his first and last name.
Yeah. I think his name's
That
I don't know.
made up.
He's like 5'9", blondish hair.
Yeah.
Probably has a beard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're talking about UCB improv community for sure.
That's why I stopped, fellas. That's why I stopped. I was like, ooh, there's so many of me right here. I have to go.
The
I
left
have
side
to
of
hi,
this room
I have
right
to
now.
leave.
Yeah.
That's right.
Elise is the only one without a beard right now.
Oh, no, I just meant the left side of this room is too. The only difference between us is the color of our jacket.
Oh.
Truly. Yeah, I was really looking at your hair and
I'm
your
not
beard,
wearing
and
a hat.
I was like, we have the
hat?
same. I look like
this is cool.
Basically
Yeah, here.
the same person.
Take this hat.
Put the hat on. Yeah, now we are the same person. I love it.
This is great. He opens up this.
He has a very big head.
I got a big head too.
I got
though.
a giant head too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Big O dome.
Similarities.
My girlfriend was like, you have a giant head the other day, and I was like, yeah, but it fits my body. So
Look
Which
out to
one's
the
my
out to the
husband?
camera.
Oh,
there,
no.
So you can see yourself. Yeah. Okay. Then you
God, this is so hot.
scoot out a little bit that way.
Well,
now
no,
kiss.
This way,
this way. Yeah. See, I know which way a
Oh,
camera
sorry.
works. Who's who? Dun.
Now, this is terrifying now because I don't. Which one of you is the co-host for the show?
I'm gonna check back what you just said.
Do it.
Well, you talked about
yeah.
Jason. You talked about like leaving the UCB community or improv community, I should say.
Yeah, sure.
And I was wondering if you wanted to talk about that a little bit.
I mean, I think it's like pretty straightforward. I think that in that community, everyone's vying for a pinhole of a job.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And I think I said it earlier. Like, I have blonde hair, I have a beard, I have very, very pale skin. And there's just a lot of those people in that community, and I was just like, I would say middle upper tier. Not, oh my God, this guy's amazing.
I feel that way.
And not like, ooh, another shitty racist white guy. I'm definitely not that. I mean,
yeah,
I
those
hope
are the
not.
only two options.
That's
you could be.
it now. That's it. There is no more levels to it. Either you're or you're fucking racist.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, and the community is absolutely, the bubbles burst. If you're unaware.
Sure.
When what's it called closed?
IO.
When IO closed and the homeless moved in a day later.
They were just waiting.
that gave birth to new theaters. Great, fine. But the community didn't grow. It just split up and splintered, and now it's everywhere else. It's not centralized. And like when it was fun to like compete for stage time, you go to the clubhouse, you kind of bounce around, and then now it's like these theaters have like certain rules, or like you have to be a certain way,
right,
or only put on certain types of comedy, and it's just like, oh, okay, cool.
It's like more fragmented, more niche.
Yeah, it's more niche and more. I mean, it's responded to, I guess, what the community was lacking before, which was like these people didn't have a stage to be on necessarily. Now stuff's like exclusively for these communities. It's like, okay, fine, but I don't need to be here.
Right. It's no longer, I think it's no longer like everybody saw like a path to maybe like going into SNL or somewhere acting and being noticed on that stage anymore.
Yeah, I think that was the only job anyone is looking at, truly. I mean, that's the only thing that I saw. A lot of my fellow people were like, I want to get on a packet. I want to try to like be either on a SNL type show or a sketch show or something that's going to come out that's going to be, something of that.
Yeah.
I didn't see anyone going like, okay, cool, I'm an actor, but I'm also really good at improv. And now I'm actually just going to go be on a movie set being an actor.
Right.
But I'm really good at improv.
Yeah.
It's just like it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's kind of like a skill that's like, what are we going to do with that if we're not? Yeah.
So I was like, one thing that always drove me to improv was my fear of stand-up. Like, I was like, how do you craft a joke?
I
Fuck
know.
that. I'd rather make this shit up and forget it.
So did you start stand-up before you decided to quit improv? Or like not quit improv, but kind of stop pursuing it?
Well, yeah,
so
I think
heavily?
I think you kind of like, you hit a wall. Well, I hit a wall in my performing where I was just like, this is fucking boring. Like, there's no stakes. You're on a main stage for X amount of years. You play with good people. You play with bad people. You play with fucking people off the street.
Yeah.
And then you get over it.
Right. Yeah.
And then it's just like, okay, well, what do I want to do? Do I want to vie for this pinhole that literally our co-host looks like me and is also vying for the same fucking job?
Right. Yeah,
who's
yeah.
probably 10 times better at it than me. Right?
Danny shaking his head.
I have the same thought every time too.
And it's like, but then you walk.
I remember when just a quick
No, go ahead,
digression.
please.
I auditioned for whatever fucking Herald Teams or whatever, and I like walk in, and the second dude to walk in is a guy that looks like me, but is like 4 inches taller and jacked, and I was like, well, I know I'm not. And then he started and was just like confident immediately, and I was like, I'm fucking boned.
First move off.
It's not
the
even
back
that he's
line.
necessarily funny. It's just that he's confident. I
Yeah.
already know I'm screwed.
Well, you and I have talked about like kind of wanting to get out of the community a little bit, right? Like
A little bit, probably.
So where are you feeling on that these days, Danny?
I don't know. I'm working too much to do anything.
I think
so
that's like
I'm
kind
good.
of a common thing.
What a tight thing to have.
Hell yeah, baby. I got fucking
Too much
job.
work, dog. Can't do it.
Sorry,
Can't
bro.
do
I
it.
got a job. I got an hourly job.
What? Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that is like kind of where you, because there's so many people that kind of come through the halls that I've seen, and I just like fall off the face of the earth. And I think it's either they decide this isn't for them, or they pursue another avenue of comedy, or they like decide it's like not worth their time so much. Not worth their time, but like there's other priorities in their life that they could be doing, like making money. Or
Yeah. Well, it's not even for me. I'm not even like, I'm actually fucking making money. I'm actually a businessman, so I've left behind such childish endeavors.
Well, no, I
That's
wouldn't even
not
say
the angle
that.
I'm taking it.
I wouldn't say that either.
I do think it's like something that I thought I would love more than I did when I like started doing it. I was like, oh, I don't know if I like love this. Like I like it, but I don't know if I love it. I don't know if I want some more of it.
That's why you're so good at it, man.
I try so hard.
You got it. Fuck, you shouldn't have gotten that. You're only proving the point that we're all the same.
Dude,
Shit.
we are a carbon copy of each other. That's all.
Yeah.
No, but yeah. And also just like you were saying, like with SNL, it's like I don't fuck that show. Like you watch just
fuck
like
that show in the neck.
like
Yeah,
you
yeah,
just
yeah.
watch.
There's no point to. It's so dead.
Like what's the point of going on? Like I think Kyle Mooney's one of the fucking funniest people on earth.
So
they
funny.
always
They
cut
just
his shit.
they cut every fucking solo sketch that like
Really?
that he makes.
Yeah.
He's always posting on Instagram like watch our show that got cut. Watch our sketch got cut for time. It's on YouTube now.
Wow.
And it's like old. It's good.
Yeah.
And that's why I got cut for time because Lorne Michaels is too busy defending Harvey Weinstein.
Oh shit.
Oh,
wow.
I said that at a party once. Or Elise
Ooh.
Elise quoted me because I always rail about that. Elise quoted me at like an improv party because like TMZ or
Wait,
something.
I was at an improv party and
Yeah.
you weren't there?
No, I was like in the bathroom.
Okay.
So there's a famous quote, famous to me. It was the week after Harvey Weinstein got arrested, and someone comes up to Lorne, and it's like a paparazzi, and they're like, Lorne, why didn't you make fun of Harvey Weinstein this week on SNL? And instead of just being like, we didn't have a sketch for it, he goes, it's a New York thing, you wouldn't understand.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, right? Gross.
That's fucking terrible.
But hey, listen.
But yet he makes
If
fun
they
of Donald
gave
Trump
me
all
a
the
job,
time.
if they gave me a job, though, I would take the blood money in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd be coming like, oh my god, thank you so much. Like that's how it would be.
Lorne Michaels,
thank you, Lauren.
please
Thank
give
you.
me a job.
Yeah. Also, I won't defend Harvey, but I also,
Oh.
I won't. I won't
Okay,
defend
good.
him.
I won't
Good.
defend
No one's
him.
Is that
asking
the
you to.
end of
That's-
that?
Yeah.
That was it. That's where I was going.
Is there
I
a
just
book
wanted
coming?
to declare
I feel like there
on
was more
camera,
to that.
I will not defend Harvey Weinstein.
Mm-hmm. However,
New topic, but
Okay.
However-
Okay.
if Lorne Michaels wants to give me $500,000,
Is that how much they make?
all I have to do
Hold
is
on.
not
Hold
punch
on.
Paul Ryan when he inevitably guest hosts next season, then
for
we're
his
then we're
presidential
good.
run.
Yeah, then we're good.
Okay,
Just
but
kidding,
honestly
no,
though,
fuck
would you take 12,000 a week?
You think it's that much?
It's that's like average.
That's crazy.
But you're living
That-
in New
Like
York.
Ego Woden's
Yeah,
making that much
12,000
now.
a week,
Sounds
and you're
good.
on like a
Yeah.
6-week minimum contract. So look at it like that.
Yeah, I would take it.
And
100%. I
Yes,
would
there's
take it.
worse
Second.
people to work for.
Yeah.
Ed, would you come with me to New York?
Yeah.
Are you gonna ask your wife or just Edward?
Wow.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
and
of
where,
course.
how do you
You know-
how do you feel about Saturday Night Live?
I've
Ed?
been very torn since
Mhm.
Jason walked in.
Mm-hmm.
Because me and Danny aren't married, but we're lovers.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's this strange
best
connection
friends.
that I have with you
Oh,
that
shit.
you don't know yet, obviously.
Not at all.
But you feel it, though.
I do now.
Now that I've said it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So,
the
like-
sexual tension in this room.
Yeah,
is like-
it's
It's the magic geometry is what's
oh,
going
that's
on.
what happened. Yeah,
Triangles
it's a
are
pentagon.
sexy, and that's
Mhm.
exactly what we are right now.
God, triangles are sexy.
They are.
Yeah.
They get a lot done.
Because you think about it, both a penis and a vagina are triangles in their own way. So.
What the fuck?
What's up?
That's
One's
great.
like an inside-out triangle that you put the other triangle into.
Exactly.
She gets it.
It's like
Yeah, yeah.
isosceles.
Yeah.
Come on.
Isosceles.
Well, I think we're just let's just jump
I
to
couldn't
the
think of another triangle.
the hot take here.
Right.
A right and a deuce,
You guys, yeah.
and that's it.
Jason, do you have a hot take for us?
I not off the top of my head, but I will develop one soon.
Okay. Well, we could talk more about triangles.
keep talking
Oh, you know what I was
Yeah.
you know what I was thinking about the other day was like the new thing in comedy is like when you don't have a personality, it's like, oh, I'm sober.
Oh.
I'm
coming for me.
sober now.
Ooh.
I do enjoy this.
I'm just saying, no.
He's
I'm
coming for
like,
Danny.
listen, if you legitimately have a drug problem, absolutely. My mom had a drug problem. My father had a drug problem. I get it.
Yeah.
But if you're like, oh yeah, I took like a couple of Molly, and I took my prescription for OxyContin on time,
Uh-huh.
and now I'm sober. It's just like, what?
Guys, he's coming for me because when people ask me if I drink and I tell them no and they go, why? I say, because I got drunk in high school and I didn't like it. He's coming for me.
Wait,
No.
this is
I
like-
didn't know that was the story.
This is.
It's a little bit.
Isn't it cute?
I got history.
You got a tummy ache your first time, and you're like, I don't want to do it anymore.
Being dragged.
Okay, hold on. So
So it's because I got a history of alcohol addiction.
Right.
In my family.
Yes.
So I'm
Oh,
just
so you're
like,
just cutting off the snake.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
you
I'm like,
saw it.
No.
Did you? What were your like feeling? Do you remember like the day after? Like, did you get drunk the first
I
time?
didn't get like drunk. I just remember being like kind of buzzed and sitting on a couch sad.
Oh,
And I was like, why the fuck am I doing this shit?
right.
I could be at home playing video games.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, what a luxury.
Yeah.
I was drinking going, fuck, I can't go home.
Yeah.
I cannot
Polar
go home.
opposites.
What do you mean you can't go home?
Oh, I just have like a immensely broken home. Like me, my brother, and my sister have been on our own since I was 13. So my sister was 15 and my brother was 9. And so you just kind of learn how to do shit on your own pretty quick. And so, I started drinking when I was like 15.
Mm-hmm.
And the first job I had was I had a fake ID, and I would buy booze and then jack the price up for my friends. and be like, "Oh, you want a fifth of Jack? Like that's $50."
That's awesome.
Shorting your friends.
Hell
You're
yeah.
an entrepreneur.
I knew somebody in high school that did that shit. That's fucking genius.
Yeah, and so
You're fucking Martin Shkreli, bro. You're
Hey.
Shkreliing your friends.
bro, this isn't diabetes meds. This is this is fucking alcohol. This
He's
is
helping them.
this
and
is-
then they wouldn't have the
I did-
money to get it,
I
and then
did
they
get
wouldn't
that
develop
reference and he got
alcohol.
it.
that's it, and it's a safer way than the guy outside the liquor store.
Wait. You didn't get that Martin.
No, I didn't. That didn't register right away until he said that.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the medications are fucking genius. I got it. I'll get the medication everyone needs. Fucking what a supervillain.
So you're saying you would drink just because you didn't want to deal with that shit?
Oh,
right?
escapism, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
Man. You get loaded. You make a margarita at lunch when you're at school. You know,
So
it's
do you-
great.
so when-
Everything's way better when you're having a Slurpee. in
Margarita
sixth period.
at school?
bro. You get a
Like
cherry
a-
Slurpee, and you get like 2 little shooters of tequila. Bang bang, right?
Yeah.
Swirl that
Bang,
fucker
and then
around.
bang.
You gotta get the ratio right though, because alcohol will like.
It will seep through.
Yeah,
and you
and-
can smell it.
Oh,
What?
that's some.
Just
Expand
saying.
on that. Did
No.
you did you
Oh,
drink in
we-
high school?
Everyone, not while I was in the school. I don't think I did that.
Okay.
I don't remember. But
I got massive holes in my
there-
brain, but I definitely was educated. Fine,
I think so.
fine.
I think it all went well. But my house was like the party house growing up because
Nice.
you guys were there. It was huge.
Oh yeah.
And
Your
my
brothers
parents were like never home.
And your
Oh,
brothers a bit of
but
a
were they
burnout.
cool? Were they like the cool? Like if they came home, they'd be like,
No, we had to. The day before they'd come home would be like a massive cleanup all the
Oh.
time, and we'd
Like a-
have to.
Like a movie, like one
yeah,
of
like
those
Oh, yeah,
party
big
movies.
time. We'd be
Bueller's
like,
Day Off type shit.
It took us a really long time to realize. Oh, just have people outside. Like, don't let them inside the house because that's what gets fucked up.
That's what inspired your guys' wedding to be outside. It's like a little bit of like homage
yeah,
to that.
Yeah,
It's like then we don't have to clean up the house.
exactly.
That's
Hilarious.
perfect. Yeah.
God, so much shit would have gotten broken.
Oh my god!
Considering
yeah.
that your mom almost died regardless before any actual partying was
Oh, that was
happening.
at the engagement party.
Oh, that was the engagement party?
Yeah.
What happened?
Wait, what?
Oh, okay. So
A plate broke and like slashed her mom's like ankle, and it
Femoral
was like
artery?
yeah,
it
something.
was like spurting
Yeah.
blood. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry.
And then I just was like outside and was like, "What happened?" And then my mom was just going, "Oh, oh!" And by that point, her mom was just like, "It's fine, Deborah." Like it just like had a bandage on her like leg.
So it was just like a really, like how? So it was an artificial wound. Like how? Why was
No,
it so bloody?
my-
But she was
my-
fine.
We did end up calling the fire department,
Oh.
and they came over and like bandaged it up and
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
And then my brother took her to urgent care, and guests were literally, it was like 5 minutes before it was supposed to start. So like
Yeah.
guests were showing up, and my mom was leaving, and then like they had to be like, "Where's your mom?" And I'd be like,
At the hospital.
Hopefully she's okay.
My mother was slashed by a waiter. So.
Edward, did you
God.
get drunk in high school?
No. I didn't start drinking until after high school.
My sober king. Look at him.
I don't
He's
know
a
why.
perfect boy.
I didn't have a need to want to do it, and I was never like
nice.
peer pressured into it.
Fuck,
I don't know.
That's amazing. You must have
Yeah.
a great family or some sort of structure that allows you to feel that way.
No.
Good for you. You're a powerful
You're a
human
very
being.
powerful
I think
man.
I've just been very confident in who I've been
Mm-hmm.
my entire life.
And then when you decided to drink,
Like
you
a-
decided to drink.
Yeah.
Like it was your decision. No
Yeah.
one was going to peer pressure you to do
Yeah.
What if he's like, and now I'm an alcoholic?
it. I
He's the
really
one who didn't
decided
make
to
it
drink.
through.
Yeah.
the rest of us like fucked up early, and we're like,
No,
not
but
doing that again.
I remember like the first time I started drinking, they were like the Four Locos before like they were recalled.
Oh yeah.
The 12 percenters?
They were. I
They
think
were
they
like-
were
they were-
terrible.
they were-
They were worse.
Yeah, they were terrible.
And it would be like me and maybe like 3 or 4 friends, and it would just be like in the middle of the night, it would be like midnight. I would sneak out of my house, and I would go meet up with them at like some random park, and we would have like maybe
Hell
3
yeah.
or 4 Locos, and we would have some weed, and that would be going on until like maybe 2 or 3 a.m. I'd go home, sleep, and
You
I'd
would
wake
have
up at
some weed?
5 or 5:30 to get ready for college.
Jeez.
You would have some weed though. You
We would have
smoke
weed,
Okay.
and then we would smoke it.
We
Obviously,
would have some just be near you.
Yeah.
And here we
Yeah.
have our weed.
Well, it's just here, okay? Just look
Well,
at
Just
it.
listen,
look at
there
this
were-
weed.
Just be
there were
confident
blunts,
in the fact
there were
that
joints, there were
love
bongs.
blunts, love
Wow.
blunts,
Listen,
love me.
There was a little bit of everything
You
going
got
on.
the high school experience though, honestly. With
I got
that.
the
You
high
had
school
high
ex-
school drinking experience there, drinking Four Locos in a park.
Yeah,
sounds-
that's
Yeah,
pretty high
that's-
school.
I had the high school experience
Epitome.
out of high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, college too, I guess.
Mhm.
When you don't have like a cool apartment or something, it's like, hey, let's just meet at the park after hours. I don't know where you grew up in Long Beach. It's just like, let's go to Big Rec. There's no fences or anything. You just walk onto a fucking golf course and just start drinking.
We would drink at a golf course.
It's the best.
It's the fucking
There's
best.
no street lights.
Yeah.
You could see anyone for hundreds of yards. You could see people.
There was a second one we had where it was a dog park. And it was like late at night. No humans were there. So and it was also like kind of hidden from the street. So we would do whatever the fuck we wanted. We would like throw parties just as long as there was like no lights or anything like that.
Right.
We would get fucking hammered just sitting in a dog park doing it. It was awesome.
That's what it
Love
is.
that
I don't know
shit.
what it is about like, just sitting in somewhere dark and then drinking with friends is. It's ideal.
Yeah.
It was ideal growing up.
you described a bar.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
That's
Nah, I don't-
correct.
I
But
mean-
it's underage bar is a park.
Yes.
But I don't like bars. Like I don't like
Yeah.
the ambiance of
Yeah,
bars.
Yeah, it's just like less music.
Yeah.
No, just like other
less
people
lights.
that I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, but it's more like I think it's like like you're with your buds or your lady friends. You're just chilling, and it's like
Oh, yeah,
everyone
like-
you know. Yeah, I
Oh,
see that.
but I
Just-
mean like there's like a famous bar like in our hometown because me and Danny grew up in the same hometown.
Famous.
O'Sullivan's,
Oh,
which
yeah.
is famous
Is it
for well, it's famous for having people that you grew up with in high
Oh,
school.
yeah, that's true.
Always being there.
Yeah, because it's at a perfect
All right.
center point between all six high
there's, like,
schools in
6
the
high schools where
area.
we
They're
grew up.
all sort of centralized, and all could show up at any moment.
Do you go
That's
back
a
when you
bummer.
go there?
I've been there twice, and every time I've gone back there, I've seen someone I know, and I've hated every moment of it.
Oh, that happened to me when I went back
The
up
last time I was there,
to my hometown.
I walked in with 2 of my friends, and my ex was sitting like right behind us for
Oh,
like
no.
an hour,
Oh,
and I didn't
no.
realize.
Wait.
Oh
And all
shit.
that-
wait.
Okay.
How
okay,
recent? How
okay,
recent?
okay.
Uh,
Like an older.
This happened last month. This happened during Thanksgiving. The ex was like from years and years ago.
Hard breakup.
It was for me, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that would be a ruiner for me.
No, but I
That's-
didn't even realize she was there until an hour in when she like walked up to the bar because we were by the bar top, and she walked up to the bar in order to drink, and then I looked up and I went, "Oh shit!"
Is it so? Are you guys aren't from California? Are you from California?
We're from
They're
California.
up
We're from the
north.
Bay Area.
Yeah.
Bay Area.
Yeah.
And where are you from?
I'm from Sacramento.
And
Up in the Bay too.
Bay.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
yay area.
Yeah.
Yeah, area.
Okay,
love
yeah.
Bay
So
with
like I'm just from Long Beach, so like I left that city. Like I can't even go back. I'm afraid for that exact reason of like just running into people. I just like, oh, you're a shadow. Go away.
Yeah.
Those people that are like kind of just stay in that town, stick in that
Does
town.
anyone
Townie.
truly
Yeah,
leave
townie.
though? I mean, truly, like if you think about it, like you all got out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, but of your like crew, like how many got out? Truly.
I mean,
I don't talk to anyone.
There you
yeah.
go. I all of them. They all had to go, dude. They were all like bad
Everybody left.
People.
Is what you're saying?
They were just bad people that I just couldn't go back to.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Okay.
You
but,
know,
like, all of my most, if not all of my high school friends stayed. There's been like 1 or 2 that did move out and like moved far away.
right? So even the good ones stay.
Yeah.
That's like like that's why communities keep going. That's why
Right.
cities are cities.
They're just there. People just
Motherfuckers
don't
just-
like leaving.
They leave. They move 2 blocks over, and they're like, "This is a new start."
So, well, to me, so where did you move immediately after Long Beach?
I moved to K-Town. And I'm just kidding. I moved further into Long Beach. Are you kidding me? I mean, why not? Why not chance the darker part of your own city?
The
first
the
before-
ironic part is that it's like nice now. Like there's parts that
It's
are really nice now. Yeah.
It's nice now. When I lived in the gay ghetto area of Long Beach.
Did you say the gay ghetto?
Yeah, it's very un-PC, whatever. Fuck it.
But really?
It's Broadway.
What do you mean?
Broadway to Alamedos on Cherry is just all gay bars, like gay housing.
But it's
Oh, I thought
like,
you were
okay.
misspeaking. I thought you.
Yeah, me
I thought-
too.
Yeah.
I thought he just.
Oh no, I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
No, and I lived there, and it was super violent. Like people were getting beat up and like robbed and shit. And that's that's where I moved first because I was like, I can handle that. And
I can't handle these.
I can. It was great. It was great. I rode my bike everywhere. It was hammered all the time.
Nice.
I always tell the story of like I had like $12 one time, and I was like, I could buy like sandwiches and bread, or I can get 2 12ers of High Life for $11.
There you go. Get those 12ers, man.
That was it, man.
Yeah, same amount of carbs in either one. So.
Way more than that. But the thing is like you drink them all in one day, and then you have to like start over. Whatever. I'm not saying I had a problem, but
so to go back to your hot take of saying you don't like how people, I guess comedians identify themselves as sober, right?
Yeah, I mean people who just like haven't put in the work to call themselves sober.
Right.
That's all. I'm just saying like
You
one
gotta
addiction, 10 years minimum.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
10 minimum.
Before you can say you're
Before
sober.
you can say you're sober.
Okay.
Okay.
2 addictions, we're gonna cut that in half. Okay. It's
Okay.
5 years. You gotta be doing these 2 drugs at least 5
Oh,
years.
I like how
Okay.
it's like
Okay.
exponentially
If you're
getting
a
lower.
fucking drug addict, you're doing 3 drugs. Okay, we're gonna say 2 years. Okay.
Yeah.
If you can live for more than 2 years doing 3 big drugs, fucking more power. Yes.
Yes, you're sober.
You
Yeah,
are 100%
congratulations, you're sober. Yeah, yeah.
But if you drink and take a couple of pills here and there, okay, maybe some Coke every birthday, fine.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe some shrooms every 3 months, fine.
There is this power to saying sober, though. You know, it's like this, like emanating of like light when you say it, like because there's like
That's
you know
exactly what I'm saying. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Why is that power just given away?
it has to be like tasks.
Like Christians, you got to
People
get
want their
baptized,
homework on
you
it.
know?
Can I answer this as like a vegan? You just
Oh, this is very similar.
you
Yes.
it's funner to feel better than people.
Whoa. That's what it is.
I think that's kind of maybe like I'm sober, I don't drink.
Yeah.
I'm
and then you're like,
vegan, I don't do
bend
I don't
You
do
do
that.
have one
Yeah.
over on them socially. You really do. You're like, oh no, I'm above all that.
Like I did my time.
then you flip your
I'm
hair,
no
you're
like yeah. Yeah.
Just a walking emoji, just like.
So
Yeah.
how do you think we should like I don't know, how do we get people to stop calling themselves sober for
You
that?
just say, I grew up. That's what you say. You go.
That's less
You just go, hey,
fun in a party.
I
though.
grew out of that phase of my life. You know, in the 50s and 60s, you know.
Or say I don't drink, or maybe.
Sure, or
Yeah.
I don't drink, or you know, just like nah, I'm good.
No, I don't do it.
That's
The
just
no
not-
thank
yeah.
you works.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's just like, or like I'm just not into that, or you know, whatever.
But there
People
is
always want
there's that reflect. But this is also why you need the
to
vegan
know
card.
why.
Yes, that's true.
Do you,
if you
I
say
mean,
sober,
if you have
Yeah.
nothing else to talk about, yes, great opener. But if someone's like, "Hey, I don't drink," I breeze the fuck on by because I'm trying to keep the conversation rolling because I'm gonna keep drinking. I don't want to feel bad.
Don't make
I
me
don't want to
feel
know
bad
your
for
fucking
it.
parents died by a DUI. I don't fucking care. Truly, I just want to enjoy this. So I just keep the conversation moving.
right. So, well, I guess I was gonna say like, so the problem with just saying no, I'm okay, like no, I grew up, is that people will keep asking, like you know what I mean? It's like, come on,
Agreed.
just have a drink.
Yeah.
Come on, just have a drink.
Yeah.
But if you have that shield of saying sober or saying vegan in your case, like there's like, oh, okay, cool, I get it. Like I'm backing off.
Do people truly will they badger you to eat meat?
People suck. All they want to do is be like, but bacon, but
Yeah.
doesn't bacon taste good? And you're just like,
Bacon is fucking
Oh man, I got
But
some
you-
bad news for pork, everybody.
What happened with pork?
Well, since Trump deregulated the industry,
No.
it's all just like intestines and hooves, and it's all mashed together to the point where people who make it won't eat it.
Ugh.
I just had a carnitas quesadilla today. Fuck, I love deregulation. I fucking love the free market.
Yeah,
I
right.
love-
It's the best.
Yeah, we're gonna lose so many people. I'm thrilled.
So how do you feel about this? Because I know you
How do I
said
feel about
jokingly,
what?
you jokingly said you were like you call yourself sober.
Uh-huh.
I
But
love
do
that
you-
I got him on his position to roll back already. Like, I think you said you were sober, right? Did you say that, or did I not hear that?
No, no. I was. If I was being tongue in cheek.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but people will be like, "Do you drink?" And I go, "No."
Right.
And I go. I always. I do.
Is
always,
that is that
I
enough
always
usually?
have to. I always have to explain it
Okay.
because the second question is always why.
Right.
Yeah. Or maybe I'm just a blowhard, and maybe I think that the why is coming, so I just preemptively.
Explain it.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
That's the my mom
Just-
in me.
just
I
give
go
me
oh, and then start talking.
Jesus
Apologies.
Christ.
Makes my ears pop every
Yeah.
time he does it.
The microphones you can move away from.
Oh,
Thank you.
God!
Appreciate that. More work for me later. Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think about this?
I mean, if you're sober, then you are. Congrats. Much like Jason, I don't care. I mean, it is what it is. But also, like, and the same thing if you're a vegan, like, great. I personally don't care. I hope you're happy, and that's all that it is to me.
Right.
Like, if I ask someone, if I'm having a get together, a party, whatever, and I offer someone a drink, and they go no, I go, you sure? Like, yeah, okay, that's it.
I think we have to stop asking people why they don't do something. Can I just tell you I don't?
That's true.
That's what I was alluding to.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
just kind of let people be who they want. Like, one of my best friends is legitimately sober by my rules. You know? And, like, he was, like, to the point where he's like, I'm just going to drink and play jazz now. Like, that was his life goal. And I was like,
wow.
Okay, well, sure.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so...
He's sober now, we should say.
Yeah, he's
Okay,
really
cool.
sober, super successful. But he he dates women who aren't sober, and he always has this really interesting question. It's like, why do women need to like have a few drinks to have fun? Or he always poses it very oddly because he doesn't drink, and he's like this outsider person of like he's trying to date, and he feels now in this environment like he can't even date anymore. Because
I would imagine so. How old is he?
He's 35.
Okay.
Yeah.
So but I mean, at a certain point, there's going to a bar for a date is not so cool.
And it's kind of lame, right?
Right. Yeah.
It's just like, bro, who are you dating? If you're sober? Let's get the girls who want to go on a dinner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe a movie, maybe a board game. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
sick date game.
anyone takes me to see the new Jumanji movie. I mean,
That's a dinner and a board game.
it's a guess game over, dog. You got me hook, line,
All right.
sinker for life.
Time to take
For
Edward to
life?
Jumanji.
Damn, and you might get a visit from Dwanta Claus.
Yo, if you get Dwanta Claus to come visit me on our date, I mean, just fucking, it's over. I'll marry you right then and there.
You heard it here, ladies. If you want Edward's heart, all you have to do is take him to Jumanji.
Nice.
And then introduce him to Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Yes.
Real easy task to
Not
win this
that
heart.
hard.
That's hard, yeah. Well, speaking of it's over, we're going to take a break. And thank you so much for your hot take there, Jason.
Oh,
we
thank you.
really got down and dirty with some drinking stuff. And we'll be right back, and we're going to do some scenes.